Hello, BookTube. It's Tuesday, so I thought I'd come to you with a tag. It's a tag I've seen going around for a little while, and I thought I'd just sort of list out. It's the um, authors I've read the most tag, and I thought I'd sort of list them out just to take a look. And I thought, wow, okay. I don't have exact numbers for most of them. I had to look up sort of bibliographies to count. um, and some I don't remember. Well, we'll get to that in a moment, but because I saw Ben at Revenant Reads do his version of it. Um, and sorry, I didn't write down. I've forgotten who did the original. I do apologize. Uh, but yeah, so it's the top 10, so we'll go from 10 down to 1. No, at number 10, give or take, would be Balzac, Honor de Balzac. I've read 20 plus novels of his, books of his. I don't know exactly how many because I was reading anything I could get my hands on, any translations. So it could be, I don't think it's more than 30, but it's somewhere between 20 and 30, but we'll stick it at the, I put everything at the lower end that I could think of. So that's number 10. Number 9 is John Mortimer. He created Rumpole. I've read everything I think except one book of his. So which means I think I've read about 25, 26 of his books. I think 25. We'll go with 25. Number 8, C.P. Snow. Again, I've read everything except possibly one or two books of his, which comes to about 26 books. Number 7 would be a science fiction author, A. Van Vogt. This was a little difficult because I had read anything I could find of his, and I looked at a bibliography, and I know I haven't read everything, but I know I've read at least 30 and possibly more. So then we got 6. Again, another science fiction author, Frank Herbert, and I've easily read with short story collections a good 40 of his books. He's written he did the Dune series. 5 would be Clifford D. Simak. And we're talking upwards of 45 for sure. I sort of stopped with the because like there's so many short story collections, and I am including these because they are books. They are books, and they were published in his lifetime. And I know there was British versions, American versions, and then there was sort of cut down versions. So I had them all like in paperback and hardcover at one time. So we're talking about a good 45 of his books. I read every novel. He did like 30 novels. So I read everything that he did there. Plus, he did 4 or 6 nonfiction books. Juvenile science books, astronomy, something about the solar system, early man, and then about dinosaurs. So that's number 5. Number 4 would be Edgar Wallace, a sort of, I guess, suspense thriller writer. Prolific. I have well over 100 books he's written. I was reading everything that I could. I looked at sort of a bibliography, and most of them I don't even remember titles, but I know I just sort of thinking in my mind's eye that I used to read everything because there was a time I could get, he was so prolific and so popular that his books went into many printings. So for a while there, when I used to go to book sales, in Canada, you used to find these things for like, pennies, literally. And they were easy reads, so I'd stack up on this stuff. And I must have read at least 50 of them. I'm going with 50 and probably a lot more. Number 3 would be Edgar Rice Burroughs. And I've read at least 75. I know I haven't read everything of Edgar Rice Burroughs, but I know I've read at least 75 of them. 2 would be P.G. Wodehouse. I've got everything in a cabinet here that he's written. It's almost 100 books. And I know I haven't read everything, so it's a good 80 books that I've read of his. Now, the number 1 for the most would be Isaac Asimov. He was a prolific writer. Probably written, like, there's like 500 books with his name on it. And I read everything, all his science fiction, that's not the huge amount, but I used to see his sort of nonfiction stuff, his science books or his essays. Just again, like the Edgar Wallace, used to see this stuff all the time. And I picked this up, so I know I've read over 100 of his books. How many exactly is probably like, how many did he write? I don't know. I don't think anybody really knows exactly how many books he's written. But yeah, so there's my authors I've read the most tag. Not that exciting, I guess, but it was just interesting to sort of sit down and think about it. So once I did that, I made the list, and I figured, well, why don't I do it? I do it as a tag. So again, we'll go from like 10 is Balzac with 20. 9 is John Mortimer, 25. 8 is C.P. Snow, 26. 7, A. Van Vogt, 30. Not 7, sorry, 8. 7 is A. Van Vogt. 6 is Frank Herbert, 40. 5 is Clifford D. Simak, 45. 4 is Edgar Wallace at 50. 3 is Edgar Rice Burroughs at 75. 2 is P.G. Wodehouse at 80. And the number 1 is Isaac Asimov with 100. Anyway, that's my tag for Tag Tuesday. And I'll be back again as soon as possible. Definitely Friday for Friday Reads. Take care, BookTube.